Talk about young shakes. Chicago 2 representative. Jesse James. And this is for my city.
Hey, I do it for my city. Dog, I don't plan on going down. If he think I'm going down, then he gon' first round. For my city. Dog, I ain't never been a
This is Lacy Rice Fame Group, in the second edition of Chat with HBCU Champions. And today we have Coach Inez Turner, the head cross-country coach at Fayetteville State University. And they won the CIAA championship this year. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing good.
Great. It's great meeting you, and we're glad to have you here today so that we can talk about your season, your team, as well as your career. And so, you're welcome. You're welcome. First thing I would like to ask you is to tell us a bit about yourself.
Oh, wow. Anyway, thank you so much for having me. You said I'm Coach Inez Turner. I'm the head track and field cross country coach here at Fayetteville State University. I am originally from Trelawney, Jamaica. And anybody want to know where Trelawney is? It's where Usain Bolt is from as well. I got a scholarship to Barton County Community College back in the 90s, and then went on to Texas State University. I am 5 times and um, most the most Wall of Famer high school athlete, female athlete at the Penn Relays, and represented my country, Jamaica, in the 1996 Olympics. I am a part of the bronze medalist team in Athens, Greece, 1997. I am 2 times NCAA 800-meter champion, 1994, 95. I am the first Caribbean woman to ever win gold medal at the Commonwealth Games in 1994. And I'm a Wall of Famer at my alma mater, um, Texas State University, and 14 times Coach of the Year on the CIAA level. And it goes on and on.
Okay. Wow, that is great. That is great, especially that 14 times, because you've had some great coaches there. The CIAA, after all, is the home, or was the home of Hall of Fame coach George Williams, the great George Williams.
Awesome.
So,
Yes. No doubt. No doubt.
so winning anything over him in St. Aug, that is a great accomplishment.
That's no doubt. He also recruited me while I was an athlete. Great thing. Small world. Coach Williams is a wonderful person and a great mentor. And, he's one that definitely helped to uplift the sports of track and field.
Right. Okay. Well, I know that the CIAA has represented in track and field and cross country for a long time. It's been primarily a standard bearer for track and field excellence and cross country excellence in the NCAA on the Division II side.
Yes.
And so, it's great. In fact, can you tell us how your season went? What were some of the major meets that you won, or that you did well in?
Um, as you talk about the CIAA, definitely we have great coaches. We have a great atmosphere when it comes on to from the office of the CIAA straight down to what they're doing for the entire CIAA competitions in all sports. But cross country definitely is definitely doing very well, and again, it's not just one school with competition. We're definitely seeing the coaches getting up there and you know definitely getting there and really pushing each other. um, the season went very well, even though after COVID, we did lost some seniors. It was difficult to get athletes from overseas and get some athletes in on campus. But thank God, we had the athletes that we have. We have a couple of athletes that was left over from the season before, and the new couple of new students came in and pushed themselves and did very well. And as I would tell them, I'm not gonna settle for less. Winning is my theme, and so you got to have the same attitude. And so we went to 7 different cross country meets. We went to the first one in Catawba. We went to one in Greensboro, which is definitely a big meet every year, where we can also get to see a lot of um, high school athletes compete. We go to the Adidas Challenge in Cary, which is always a big meet as well, with high school athletes, combining with the collegiate team running on Saturdays. But the big one that definitely let us know where we were was the HBCU championship in Cary, North Carolina. And that's one that I always wanted to win from ever since I was at A&T and Winston-Salem, always getting third and fourth. I mean, a second and third. And so for the past 2 years, thank God we have been winning that championship. And so that definitely let us know where we are, because we have other great HBCU schools like A&T and all the other schools coming in and competing. And so when you win that, you can say, hey, we're in good shape for a CIAA championship.
Okay. Well, can you expound more on that particular meet? That wasn't a meet that I was really familiar with. Does it include schools also from like the NAIA, or is it just strictly NCAA schools?
Any HBCU schools that is they are it doesn't have to be just D1 D2s. It's open for HBCUs, and that is something that has been going on for a long time. um, it is something that, again, the course is great, we love the course, but the meet itself means a whole lot to on the HBCU level. And I think it's something that is getting bigger, and one that you will see for a long time.
Okay. Okay. Well, congratulations on winning that as well this year.
Thank you.
Well, we are truly speaking to HBCU champions in that regard.
Yes, sir. True blessing, true blessing.
Yes, yes. So, can you tell us about the CIAA championship meet and some of your athletes?
Oh, no doubt. um the championship definitely brings a whole lot of upliftment when it comes on to us coaches, the whole atmosphere when it comes on to our student athlete. I myself believe in cross country a whole lot. I believe that cross country is one of my favorite season. It is one that I look on as something that will sustain student athletes throughout the year, especially if you have the three sports, indoors and outdoors, that is following after cross country. I truly believe that that helps to sustain and get the athletes ready and keep them, you know, background ready for indoors and outdoors. We train very hard. We definitely do a lot of hill training and tempo training and long runs and all that good stuff. As I said, it helps them to get ready. Um, our student athletes are great. We have some great motivated athletes, not just, I'm going to say they are student athletes. We have a cross country team with a 3.14 GPA. We got 4.0 athletes on the team. We got a young lady from Africa, Mercy. Mercy Cheminai. She is a nursing. She's now in the nursing program. You know what it is to be in the nursing program and to juggle track and field and cross country. And so she has been handling that very well, pulling 4.0 GPA. She is our main athlete for the past 2 years. She's been doing very well. We do also have to pull a couple of our sprinters and 400 hurdlers this past season. I just want to talk especially about Maya Johnson. She is our 60 meter and 400-meter indoor champion, and she was a major push when she gives us a major push when it comes on to winning this championship. Definitely, we were lacking some distant athletes. I believe this is one of the weakest team that we have when it comes on to distant. But Maya Johnson and Shanae Ingram, young lady out of um, Clarendon, St. Anne, Jamaica. She is also our 400-meter and multi athlete indoors. But she, no doubt, came in, both athletes came in as sprint jumpers and definitely help us to win. And, just have to thank them for what they did. Very determined, came over, run those long runs, and help the team to win. Also, we do have um, another set of twin on the team, which is the Beasley twin. They did very well. Of course, Sarah Beasley is a transfer from North Carolina Central, and this is her last year. She came in and she definitely stepped up as a senior, bringing along her sister, who was a basketball player, and they came in and helped the team again to do very well. They ran very well throughout the season and came back and pull off the CIAA championship. And that's just something that I will always remember when it comes onto this team, knowing that this was one of our weakest cross country team.
Okay. So you pulled together a lot of people from various disciplines and even sports to come in and compete for you this year. What was the sale for that? How did you convince them to run cross country?
Well, I am me. When it comes on to remembering my great coaches throughout my past years, while I was a student athlete myself, I was a really good mid distant runner. I wouldn't say I am a big time distant runner, nor I didn't consider myself a sprinter. But from ever since I was at their technical high school in Jamaica, straight up to, my coach in Barton County, my coach at Texas State, and then, I went on to the higher level. I got also another coach from Norway. I was staying there for 3 years, and I've noted something. They definitely push me from from, even though I was a good mid distant runner, running 159 in the 800, running 50.9 split in the 400, and also running a 23 in the 200 and 1186 in the 100. I remember that I also was a part of all cross country program, and with that I took away that energy to my team and let them know that, hey, do you know what I used to do to run those time in my 800 and my 400? And I also was running on the 4x1s and the 4x2s. And so cross country, as I will tell them, it helps to sustain you. So you, Maya, you, Shanae, who is a sprinter, more of a sprinter, it's going to definitely help you to be stronger and get you ready and push you further, to have that advantage in your event. So it's motivation, it's experience, and thank God for my coaches that definitely start me on that pathway.
Okay. So you excelled in like you said mid distance,
Yes.
and you're from Jamaica, and that's not those are not two terms most people hear. Mid distance in Jamaica. You always think of Kellyanne uh, and Usain
Yeah,
and all those other great sprinters from Jamaica.
of course.
So as you were coming up, as you were coming through the ranks, um, how was that? Were you isolated? Were you alone, or were there just a lot of great mid distance runners from Jamaica that we didn't hear about?
Not really. When it comes on to, I believe that my sisters and myself, it was three Turner sisters. And you can go back and look a little bit on our history. But we're the one I truly believe started distant running in Jamaica until this day. My younger sister Yvette, who went to Texas Tech, still hold the 3,000 meter record in Jamaica. Um, my sister Janice and I, we came up and went to the same colleges, but we were the one that really started distant running in Jamaica. As I said, I was the first Jamaican to run under 2 minutes. Told myself that I was gonna do it. From ever since I got my scholarship to Ver Technical High School, I definitely set some goals that I was going to definitely not only let it seem as if it's just sprinters here, because we are a talented country. We definitely are a talented country. And if you can see Natalia Gould and the many other 800-meter runners that's coming out of Jamaica, definitely believe that we have everyone that can excel in every event there. And so it was I did get the support from the Jamaican Federation, because they took me to a lot of different places. As I said, I was at the Olympics. I was at the CSC Games. I was at the Carafta Games. I got a lot of push when it comes on to, hey, push her. She's one that is above 400, and so it means a lot to me. I always, and not only did that just stay there, I believe that helps me to be a part of history and always want to be a part of history making teams. And knowing that I was one of the first to start, yes, you do have um, other mid-distant runners like Seymour Newman, and if you go back, the great Herb McKinley, running the 800, 400, but as a Caribbean woman, again, I was the first to go under 2 minutes. And so it helps me to be a part of history, even in my career as a coach coming up. Because, if you look at where I was at before I came to Fayetteville State, I wanted to be the first coach to win, in the program. And so it goes on and on. But I believe that my earlier days prepare me to be a part of history and always want to be a part of history. And so this is something that I'm definitely needing and molding in my student athletes, because they are going to be coaches of tomorrow's world. They're going to be leaders of tomorrow's world. And so thank God for my upbringing.
Yeah. Okay. So Jamaica had the Turner sisters. I know the United States had the Clark sisters.
Yes. Yes, definitely. We can compare it like that.
So, um, that's great to hear, and it's always great to hear, coaches who are pushing their athletes to excel, um, especially on the academic end. You mentioned your overall GPA, your the top GPA. I believe wholeheartedly that student athletes are students first, and that they have to excel. That's been as a track and field coach myself. That's always been my philosophy. As I just tell my athletes, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do in the classroom, you can't be out here on the track.
No doubt. No doubt, definitely, and minds know my philosophy, for sure. If you're not pulling it on in your classroom, in the classroom, you're not going to pull it on the track, and you're going to get that straight first, because our track and field life, our sport life is going to end. And so that's so important that we make sure as coaches, um, and to be honest with you, the push from administration, from the chancellor straight down to our AD, we cannot slack off when it comes on to making sure that our student athletes are great in the classroom.
Okay. Now I know some schools, or let me rephrase that. Some university programs have a competition within the athletic program to see who has the highest GPA,
Yes,
and they take that very seriously.
no doubt, no doubt, and that helps to push the student athletes, push the school to you want to be the top academic school. So that's something that I commend the CIAA for. That is great, and the NCAA. I really believe that it shows the world really that it's not just using these athletes to run track and field, to run cross country, to do sports, but also it's definitely their academic career first.
So, to go off course a little bit, just so to say, um, your athletes are able to promote themselves now. They're able to receive revenue for their images and the use of their images. How has that experience been this year or since that was implemented?
It's great. I think it's something that, during my time it wasn't there, but now I feel like again there's so much that the NCAA is promoting, and I believe this. I truly believe that it is important to keep the student athletes motivated, to let them know that, hey, it is not just going out there running, it is not just going out there winning championships. There's more to it. And when they give them this opportunity to promote themselves, especially from the collegiate level, it helps to prepare their career. It helps them to get the experience that they need to get out there, and also to be entrepreneurs, because trying something, doing something like promoting their self and doing what they want to do, they think that they can excel in from this age, from this level in college, definitely helps to let them know that, hey, wait a minute, I can excel in this. When I after college, I can be my own boss, and that's something that is commended by the NCAA. That's very good.
Okay. So have a lot of your student athletes taken advantage of that yet, or
We
are they still learning?
we're still learning, and we're getting there. Definitely, we have a lot that is making a move, and so it is something that we're pushing as well. And as I said, you're gonna see it get better and better, and more athletes gonna take advantage of this initiative.
Okay, okay. Well, we look forward to seeing some of the product that they that they develop, and seeing some of their names, being hopefully sponsored and other things. I know I have seen that for some student athletes in other sports that they
Mhm.
have gotten sponsors
Sure.
things like that. I know. I bet Michael Jordan and some of those other guys wish that had that opportunity
Yeah,
when
the
they
opportunity, yes. But it's great. They're standing on all those great, the great athletes' shoulders, and so by us just getting started and letting the NCAA see and the world see that, hey, you know what, we can move this up a notch. We can
Right.
definitely get this on the move, and this is something that I believe will benefit the student athletes. So it's a great thing. It's a start for everything, and so we are happy. We're proud as coaches that these things are out there for our student athletes.
Okay. Okay. So, as far as a student athlete who might want to compete for you, What are some of the things that you tell them, especially about Fayetteville State?
Wow. Definitely, I can sell Fayetteville State. This is going in my fifth year here at the school. And the first and foremost thing is the support of the chancellor, the support of our AD, Anthony Bennett, the support of our administrator, the support of our coaches is great here. Um, we definitely look at how we recruit. And so again, we definitely look at the whole being of the athlete. And what my sell is, I will let the athlete and their parents for sure, because you have to definitely talk to the parents as well. That's important to let them know that you're not just only a coach that is going to coach the athlete on the playing field, on the cross country field, on the track. It's coaching the whole being of the student athlete, especially nowadays with, we have, this mental issues going on with almost everyone in the world, really. We definitely have to know how to coach up these youngsters. One of my philosophy when it comes on to the head track and field coach of my program and cross country coach is to make sure that our student athletes' well being is taken care of. And we know what it takes, especially from personal experience. I myself been to the top level of the Olympics. I got two other coaches when I go recruit not only my student athletes but recruit the best coaches in the country. I do have two coaches that is also Olympian, and they too know what it takes to build a great athlete. And so we coach the whole being, and that's one of the sell that we sell the student athletes and their family, that you're going to come to Coach Turner's program, you're going to come to Fayetteville State University, and you are going to succeed. We are going to do our endeavor best. We're definitely go over and beyond for you, because why we have the experience again from the coaches. We have the support here at Fayetteville State. And again, it's not only getting them ready for nationals, not only getting ready to win championships, but to make sure that their academics, they feel good about their academics. There's something that I love what the athletic department does, and it is if you come to our gym and you come in when there's games going on and you walk through the gym, you see our student athletes with 3.0 and above, the Dean's List student on that podium downstairs. And it feels good and it looks good to know that when you pass and go into the training room, when you pass and go into games, your face is right there. And that's an upliftment that helps our student athletes to know that, hey, I am not just an athlete. I am a student first. And so we have a lot to sell when it comes on to this program and for the school. Love what the chancellor is doing. Love what the sports program is doing here. I truly believe sports is one of the face of the university, and and something that helps our youngsters to grow as they go along. I myself, if it wasn't for my track and field life, I don't know where I would be, because first and foremost, sports not just only help you when it comes on to, hey, I am a champion. It helps you when it comes on to your whole life. It gives you that extra push to sustain life. There's gonna be challenges in life, and when you think about yourself as those challenges come, as you get up there, you think about, wow, this is the training that my coaches put me through, this is that what I went through. Then the things that comes on you later in life, you are ready to sustain it. So I love what how we take it on when it comes on to Fayetteville State University. We look at the whole being, we push the whole being, and we get them ready for life.
Well, I know Simone Biles shed a light on mental health issues among athletes. And I was aware of several programs where that had become an issue with several athletes. How do you deal with that there at Fayetteville State?
Um, Again, as I said, the support is real here, and we do have counseling departments. We definitely have a strong support when it comes on to that area. As coaches, many times we the good thing about our program here, being an athlete before as a coach definitely helps us, because even though an athlete may say, "Hey, coach, I'm fine, I'm good," we can tell that there's something off. And so that's something that I thank God for, that we can detect some things and let the athletes know, "Hey, there's help right here. There's help over here. You don't want to share something with me. It doesn't have to share it with me, but here is the help." And what we do, we definitely let them go over and talk to the counseling department, which is doing an awesome job when it comes on to that area. And as I said, the mental part is real, as you can tell this past season, this past year, year and a half, 2 years, what's going on with our youngsters. And it is truly important that we pay attention. Again, they may seem like everything is good, but you have to know how to detect and know your athletes. Most important thing is know your athletes. Every single day in this program, we motivate, we talk to our athletes before training, on the training uh, track, while they're training, during our repetitions, we talk to them. We motivate. And so that's very important, because again, even during practice you can detect some things.
Okay. Um, one area that I would like for you to address also, and I know some coaches have had to struggle with it uh, because it's become a reality, and that's the transfer portal and the changes that were made. So, how? I mean, were you? Have you been able to benefit from that? Has it caused some issues or? Um,
The great thing about outside Fayetteville State University, we have a great compliance director, um, and I would definitely, the support that we're getting from him. If as much as I am an experienced coach, I still do not just go in and look at the portal myself. I definitely look at it. Yes, we do look at it, but the end of the day is we for sure talk to our compliance director and make sure that we are on the right step, we're on the right track when we're going to talk to a student athlete. I think it helps, because now you can go in and you can see who is there, and you can go back and talk to your compliance director and say, "Hey, I would love to talk to this athlete. Is everything okay? When can I call?" And all that good stuff. But I think it helps for sure, because it put those athletes out there. Yes, it's causing some little things when it comes on to, "Hey, can you just give them that opportunity to get out there like that?" But again, it's a freedom when it comes on to our students. I myself believe that if an athlete is not happy in a program, you should not try to hold them. And so this transfer portal helped them to know that, hey, you can do this. You can go to the school that you feel like you're going to excel and you're going to feel happy, because happiness, when it comes on to your 4 year of college, I believe that this 4 year of college helps you to get ready for your real life out there. And so I believe it should be where you are happy and comfortable where you are. And so it's something that I commend again the NCAA of doing. I believe if it's done properly by, knowing what you need to do as the coaches and student athletes, then it can be a plus.
okay, all right. Um, Now, Fayetteville State is an HBCU, and it is part of the North Carolina University of North Carolina system, among other with other HBCUs. How do you attract top student athletes to the HBCU versus the PWI that they might be considering?
Well, again, HBCUs, I believe that the again, and I keep on talking about supporting our our student athletes. Um, when it comes on to what you do, when it comes on to the school straight down to your program, it's important how you take on certain initiatives when it comes on to letting the athletes know, hey, when you come to an HBCU school, this is what you get. And again, the family oriented atmosphere of HBCUs are definitely attracting these youngsters. Um, Fayetteville State University is no exceptions when it comes on to being family oriented. You want to know that you want to feel real when it comes on to, hey, this is what's going on here. This is how we roll here. To be honest with you, the atmosphere of being on campus, going around campus, and you get a little music, and you're hearing, you see athletes here and there. They're sitting down, they're standing up, they're talking about, the whole college system, the whole college atmosphere, and a whole. It's real when it comes on to, again, to be honest, when it comes on to um, you going over, walking across campus, and you see the different, many, again, you have musics, you have other programs coming in, and you have tables here and there, and it's just a lively atmosphere that I always admire, and I know the students love it, and that's something that you want to sell, the smile, the love that is pouring in. That's something that is unbelievable.
Okay. Um, excuse me. As far as like the NCAA championships, how did you do this year in the NCAA's?
Wow. Um, this is something that we're building on. As you know, I came here 2017, revitalizing our track program. That the last time they have a track program was 2000. And so this past season, of course, it was wonderful. Before COVID, we had over 7 athletes qualifying for nationals, and over 13 athletes regionally recognized. This is something that, when it comes on to Fayetteville State, we are pushing on the national level. Um, when it comes on to getting the athletes ready for this, this past season, right before COVID, was our most athlete. We got the most athlete that was qualified, which was history in the program. And so as we move along, this is something that we're definitely working on. We are not just trying to win CIAA championship. We're definitely looking big time on the national level. And yes, we got started, and we're gonna continue to push in that area, because the end of the day is getting to the top level makes you feel good as a coach, and make your athlete know that they are better than just being average. They're better than just winning their conference championship, but to get to the highest level, I know what it tastes like. I know what it feels like, and so that is something that we really pushing. My coaches, my assistant coaches, know what it is to get to the next level, and so this is something that we want our athletes to feel and taste and know that this is good.
Okay. So we are going to keep track of your program
Please
to
do.
to see how you end up faring, and we look forward to seeing you up there near the top or at the top of the
Yes, sir.
NCAA as well. Um, As far as Fayetteville State University, can you tell us about some of the top academic programs there?
Oh, for sure. Our nursing program, biology program, our sports program, sports management program. Um, just about all our programs are great, and great professors. Love the professors here because not only are you looking at, you know, the Department of Athletics to help build our student athletes, to help build our youngsters on a whole, the whole general population of students here. But the professors are great. They too help. As you know, we alone cannot just build our student athletes. They're great in making sure. One of the things that I always admire about professors is that, you know, especially our student athletes, they know they have extra work to do. And so, as we always let our athletes know, make sure your professors know who you are. And I believe for sure that when everyone comes together and can support our youngsters, that makes the university a wonderful place to be. And as I said, as a coach here, I would sell Fayetteville State University anytime, any day. I will sell this Bronco Pride.
Okay. Well, as we get ready to wrap up, we do, I definitely enjoyed this interview. It's been great to learn more about you, to learn about your program. I mean, that's amazing that I had no idea that the program had been inactive for so long.
Yes.
And so, being one myself who has had to start a program,
Mm-hmm.
I know how daunting a task that can be. What were some of your challenges restarting the program there?
Um, I'm just gonna be honest with you. We do not have a track yet.
Mhm.
We do have another track that we go to maybe about 10 minutes up the road. But one of the things that you definitely can tell if you're that coach is the love that you have for the sports. And when you get here at Fayetteville State University, you will look around and see the surrounding community, and you'll look at all the high schools that are here, and you want to be a part of this historic move to make sure that our youngsters are not going far away when because they don't have a track and field cross country program. Again, since the program got restarted, we won 4 cross country championship in a row and move on to our historic indoors championship. And so it is something that you don't just only look at, oh, the challenges and oh, we're going to have to restart this, but the biggest thing that I looked at is how can we strengthen this area, how can we get to the top level. And for sure, with the love that you have for it, it's hardly going to be challenges. I'm just going to say it's hardly going to be challenges. Yes, we need a track. Yes, we need um, to get there and show, and I'm pretty sure our school is working on it, and we're doing great when it comes on to, again, the AD, the chancellor on a whole, everyone is making sure that we get the push, we get the support, equipment wise, everything it's going to take to make this a great program. Yes, we got started off wonderfully, and then at the end of the day is it's going to be much better. So the challenges, yes, for sure, was to make sure that we have that track, but we make it work. Again, once you have that in your heart to come in and fulfill what God sent you to do, then you're gonna hardly look at the challenges. You're gonna look and see, hey, where do I need to get this started? How do I need to do this? And one of my thing was to make sure that I get the best coaching staff here at Fayetteville State University. Did I get that? No doubt at all. And as you said, you're going to follow the program, keep pushing and looking for the program because it's going to be great.
Okay. Okay. Well, with that being said, are there any individual coaches or athletes or anyone else who you would like to give a shout out to?
You mean in my program?
Well, in your
My
program, and
program.
because I know, like you said, there are a lot of people who are in the
Of
support
course.
system for your program.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. I know he's in heaven now, but I just want to give shout out to my Mr. Constantine Orton, who started me at their technical high school. I want to shout out again to another one who is in heaven. He was my primary school coach that got me started, Mr. Roy Henry. And I want to thank my Coach Galina. She's somewhere in Russia helping her team, but I want to give shout out to her. And for sure, George Williams, who is always there, and you can always ask him, get support, get his support. My assistant coaches who is around me, who is a wonderful team, could not ask for a better team, Clive Turlong and Coach Clive McDonald. And I want to give a big shout out to my chancellor, um, Chancellor Allison, and my AD for sure, Anthony Bennett. Thank you for the support.
Okay, okay. Well, I'd like to give a shout out as well to Assistant AD for Sports Information, Adrian Ferguson, who was very instrumental in setting up this interview. And I mean, just no problem at all. Was very supportive, and I really appreciate that. And
Awesome.
and hopefully, I know there's some other coaches there who I'm familiar with.
And I'm pretty sure you'll be talking to them soon.
Okay, and I will definitely bring that up to them myself.
Yes, sir.
So, and so, as we conclude, I said congratulations on your fall 2021 season. You had a terrific season, winning in a very competitive conference. Women's cross country. It in a very short period of time, you have taken it to the top. And so, just looking at that development, how it develops over time, that will be a sight to see. And let's say we will definitely keep track of that because we do want to see our HBCU program up there at the top. We do know that Coach George Williams has ruled the roost, so to say, for a very long time, and he's kept HBCUs up there at the top. And now that he is no longer coaching, we have to keep our programs up there. And I think of any sports in the NCAA where HBCUs have excelled the most, it has been track and field and cross country.
No doubt.
And so, let's say we're just looking at your program and hopefully other programs who will help elevate and maintain that particular status and even improve upon it. So that we may, maybe one day we might go 1, 2, 3 in NCAA.
Yes, sir.
With HBCU. So,
yes.
So, Coach, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate you coming on with us and talking to us. And like I said, I really enjoyed this interview and, look forward to interviewing you again.
You will. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Now I'm talking about young shakes. 502 representative. Just a change. And this is for my city.
Hey, I do it for my